Guys, Wincher here. I want to show you a clan match of my clan TFS versus a match other clan called ROH. Two very competitive teams with excellent players both sides. Again, I would argue some of the players between these two teams are some of the best in the world. So I want to give you some highlights of this match. Unfortunately, we did not win this match. This is Conquest and Grand Bazzar 500 ticket match. Again, fortunately, we did not win this match, but in my previous video I showed you the strengths of support class now, in particular with the RPK, and how the suppressive fire of this gun in conjunction with utilizing a bipod can really turn tides of the battle. So that's the class I'm running in this match, and again, I want to kind of show you in a competitive setting, real life utilization again. Pretty much, I've obviously edited this clip, but I'm showing the highlights of it, but I want to show you it in the raw, so to say. But look at what this guy's doing, my team. Need for speed. He knows we just got wiped out in our match, so he's not going on there charging with us. He's staying behind so we can respawn on him. That's an excellent tactic on his behalf, because we're just getting utterly dominated in this beginning of this match. I mean, he almost instantly triple captured us, and so we're already on defensive here. But here was what I'm talking about with support class. This is why they're so effective, particularly on maps like this with these narrow corridors. Holding down that alleyways. I mean, I'm just holding down the entire team because to their credit, this team was very effective at moving very quickly. They didn't get a lot of kills on their team, but they really were good about securing positions. It almost was inevitable. As soon as we would secure a position, they would go and take that position. So we almost like we had no defensive capability whatsoever in this match. No matter how many times we tried to hold down a position, they just utterly got the upper hand on us. And here again, this is a Magnum with its close quarters effectiveness. Great weapon. But again, tactics on this map, overall strategy, what we try to do is hold down. You never want to try to hold all three positions because it's impossible to hold down all the positions at once. Just look at all these guys. I mean, it's like, that's where the RPK is just weak right there, is when it just seems like you're fully auto and you're just not killing guys. I mean, I couldn't understand why that guy wasn't dying quicker than he was, but again, overall strategy is just to hold 2 out of 3 positions, preferably Alpha and Charlie position, because Bravo is a very difficult position to retain in this game. There's too many corridors, there's too many flanking routes, you're exposed on multiple fronts. It's just overall not a good strategy to try to maintain this position. But it is the most critical position in the game because you basically have, access to Alpha and Charlie. So if you're going to hold Alpha and Charlie, you got to be able to contain Bravo on both sides of it, which is, again, difficult to do with only 8 players. There's basically 8 on 8 here is kind of how we had it set up. We didn't have quite a full team on either side, so we're just doing our best here to hold what positions we could. But, whenever you don't hold the position, like Bravo here in this case, it's really easy for them to get around and flank you. And this guy on their team, Outlaw, I'm going to kind of call him a noob because the whole match he's just running this shotgun. The DAO is kind of like the new USAS, if you ask me. I'm really seeing a lot of people run the DAO now with buckshot. Pretty effective gun in terms of its fire rate, and I mean, almost impossible to take it out at close range unless you're shooting, well ahead of time. But here again, we only hold one position, and so, I only have one option, is to spawn on C. So I'm going to try to push up here with my teammates up here towards position Bravo and do what we can to try to secure his position. It's such a critical alleyway here. And my support class, I'm running a C4. I would like to be able to run Claymores because that's very critical in this match to have Claymores down to secure the flanking routes. But you'll see later on in the match here that the reason I'm running C4 is because nobody in our squad is an engineer, so we basically have 2 assault classes and 2 support classes, which probably isn't the most effective thing you could be doing as a team. But we're having so many problems with the enemy LAV, just destroying us. So I was trying to keep C4 available, and to my discredit, I could not put down the LAV even with C4. I could never get close enough to it without getting killed because I always had 2 guys in it. And that's just an example again how vehicles can be so effective even on primarily an infantry-based map like this. So again, there another failed attempt to secure a position. So not many teammates alive here, so we're just again spawning on position Charlie. And I know they're going to be flooding in from Bravo Charlie because basically that's their strategy. As soon as they have 2 positions, they're going to just attack the other one. Now watch what happened here. I'm particularly proud of what just happened. You just see that guy got by me? I know he got by me. I know he's smart. I know he's not going to stick his head back out here and try and match me. So I'm timing basically the time that it takes him to run around that entire corridor to come to my left flank. And don't ask me how I do this and time this so perfectly. But I'm figuring, okay, I know he's still running. I know he's still coming for me because that's what I would be doing. And right about here is about where he would be. I mean, how is that for perfect timing, guys? I mean, I'm not going to lie. That is pretty much beast at its finest. That's how you play good in this game. But again, here, I'm just doing whatever I can to spot enemies. We're all communicating at this point because we know the match isn't going good. What our strategy wants to be. Again, we're saying relaying, let's attack position A. Let's do what we can. I'm just trying to stay here and mitigate the team from flooding from Bravo to Charlie and keep their heads down, spot enemies, whatever I can. Because I'm trying to defend this position, because as soon as we leave it, I know somebody's going to come over here and take it. So you got to be able to defend a position as well as coordinate with your teammates to attack positions. And what's real critical on this map in particular are M320s in the assault class. I get killed quite a bit by those because that's all it takes right now. Somebody shoot an M320 at me right now with my bipod set up. It's an instant kill for me. So the teammate utilizes that to their effectiveness. I think smoke 2 is another great tactic to use on this map. Whenever you're attacking that position Bravo, I would say, or position Alpha, put some smoke down, and it's another thing we just kind of fail to coordinate with our team. And also engineers. I mean, people just typically don't like running engineer class weapons. You see here's some smoke somebody put down. Very, very good tactic. Look how it shuts me down. I just can't see anything. I don't know what to do. I just have to pull back. I'm like, and I know I've got guys coming at me. I know the strength of my weapon is not close quarters combat, and so I just, again, that team is so effective at using whatever they have at their disposal: smoke, grenade launchers, grenades, claymores. I mean, that team was very, very well organized. Whereas we were just struggling to get any kind of strategy coming together. I mean, in fact, I just don't even really see what my teammates are doing most of the match, and again, communication's key along with the strategy whenever you're playing a competitive match. And it's just difficult when you're just getting dominated like this to kind of come up with any kind of coherent strategy other than doing your best to mitigate the team's onslaught, which I've been doing here. Again, I should have deployed my bipod, but they kind of caught me off guard there. And I'll be damned if that didn't get killed by a FAMAS, which is extremely rare now post-patch after they've nerfed that gun at 25 rounds and increased its recoil. So now we're pretty much down 2-1 in terms of ticket count. I'm not sure, we finally just secured position A, but I want to go back here to C to try to mitigate the team from taking this position or just slow their progress. But again, if it's just me, there's just not much you can do. This is a team-based game. This is where teamwork comes in so critical that, it's just really hard to do anything by yourself unless you have, an upper hand somehow tactically in terms of, if I had claymores down over here, that helped to mitigate the flanking routes from this corridor. And both of these doorways have claymores down, that helped a lot. But I thought I saw an opportunity here where the team was distracted, looking towards position A. And I thought I caught him kind of in limbo here, again, on position Bravo. I thought maybe we can get an opportunity here to take this position shorthand. But again, all these grenades and stuff, that was just kind of a random grenade that got on me. That's bad luck there, but situations like that are just wholly defeating when you're almost there and you get killed by some random grenade like that. And I think we could have taken that position had I survived that grenade. So here we are again. We've lost position Charlie. We're in the process of losing position A. I'm just doing what I can here to eliminate that threat. I'm trying to see if I can pick up this guy's kit to revive my teammate, but unfortunately couldn't do it. But here we go. This is what I want to talk about. LAV. There's no reason LAV should be even close in this corridor, in this map. I was trying to get C4 on him. I don't know if he ran me over or shot me, but one of the two. But time and time again during this point in the match, we were just getting overrun by their vehicles. And not having an engineer class, I even tried switching to engineer class at one point, getting one javelin hit on the LAV. It didn't do anything, which surprised me. But again, here I'm just going to throw that bipod out, look down this alleyway, anything I can to slow the enemy team, because it's just, whenever we have one position secured, this is when they're going to flood down. You know where they're coming. Eventually they'll figure out here that I'm laying it down, so they can't get around this alleyway. So that's what's great about this map, is it allows them to flank so many times. There's two more routes they could go instead of this alleyway. They can go around to my right or to my left to get around me from this position, or as you can see what they're doing right now, I just saw on the mini-map, I saw an enemy behind me. So immediately they're already flanking, they're coming from their spawn, here comes their LAV. incredibly difficult to do anything in this match if you don't have somebody that's there with you immediately to address in a vehicle threat or the team's respawn behind us there on A. It's a very difficult position to hold, so I just retreat, fall back, because there's just no way by myself I'd be able to hold that position. But now I see we got some teammates over here on A, so I'm going to try to go over there and see if I can help out now. And as I approach the position, I see it does not look good. There's their LAV again. I want to try to get behind that if I can, but again, this team's so good about covering their vehicles too. Most of the time I see teams play with vehicles, it's just the vehicle itself, and you don't have to worry about supporting infantry with it. But this team, again, use teamwork. They're there to guard that LAV from me getting behind it. Even though I killed 2 of them, there's still just no way. By the time I draw attention to myself, the LAV knows what's going on, and then he starts turning around taking me out. So again, the LAV wins it in this match. Again here, position Bravo, I respawn. We got smoke out. I got multiple grenades thrown at me. I got to pull back. This is what I mean, in terms of my abilities, the best thing I can be doing at this point in time is pulling back, getting a bipod set up, and attempting to hit select button through this smoke to try to spot guys, which is not, actually I don't think you can even really spot guys through smoke, but sometimes you can. But again, look at my team here. The entire team of my team right here is on position Bravo. We don't have any claymores set up behind me, so we're vulnerable to flanks behind us. And overall, there's just not much we can do when we just, I mean, this is why position Bravo is so bad, because there's 2 corridors in front of us, you know, there's a corridor behind us here. Very difficult position to hold. And I'm not sure why I cut that out there. I can't recall what happened after that, but evidently I must have died or something. But again here, yeah, I guess the teammate came up behind us and started flanking us. Again, here's the weakness of the RPK, just incredibly difficult to get shots on without that bipod. There's a team putting out smoke and an M320 hitting us. I mean, this is what professional good teams can do when they play. I mean, just that kind of tactic right there immediately eliminates the threat from me to them. And I mean, I just don't know what you can do to defend it, to be honest with you. I mean, when you're getting smoke in your face, you can't see anything, and then the next thing you know, you got an M320 hitting you. What else can you do? I mean, maybe have some squad flak on to hopefully survive that one hit. But I mean, I'm still doing pretty good here. I mean, I end up going and getting an incredible amount of kills for support class guy. I get the most kills out of either team by far. I get 64 kills and 29 deaths, which is, you know, by far about 20 more kills than the closest competitor in either team. So I would say, argue as my support class role, I'm playing my role effectively here, doing what I can. But again, our problem in our team right here is just a lack of organization, failure to address what the enemy team is doing to us in terms of their incredible aggressiveness of securing positions. I don't know how they can get around so quick. But again, also, we don't have any recons on our team at all, so having a tugs down in this area really helps you hold this position, or any position, because you get that heads up on the motion detector of where the entire enemy is, you know, within a certain distance, which is a very big distance. So those kind of strategies, you got to have. This is why Battlefield's so critical. I mean, you got to have all the classes working in conjunction. If we had a recon class with the tugs, and we have an engineer with mines and RPGs to address the vehicles, and of course assault and support. I mean, you got to have one of each class. I think is what's best in this game, particularly with the respawns and everything. I mean, just look at that. Again, another grenade kill. I got killed by multiple grenades in this match, M320s. So again, squad flags must have, and for some reason we don't have that in this class. So it looks like we got sprint, ammo, cover, and I can't see what the last perk is because it's a pretty blurry replay, but nonetheless, no cover in there. So, you know, if you're going to be playing competitively, you got to take those things into consideration. Having a diverse class range with multiple perks to address how the enemy team is playing. And, you know, this is the first time we play this team, so, you know, we're kind of learning by the seat of our pants here on the fly how their tactics work. Look at this guy, this little kangaroo. I just can't stand when people play like that. You run around, you're shooting them, and they're hopping around. I'm like, hippity hop. I mean, if you're jumping around, you should, I mean, there should be some kind of slowing of your pace, so it should be much more easier. It should be easier to kill you, not more difficult, you know what I mean? But, again, having all those classes, having all those squad perks, critical in conjunction to using your equipment effectively for your class. I mean, that's what wins the game, and that's why we failed to defeat this team. Even though at this point we finally got a triple capture on him for the first time in the match, but here comes my friend Outlaw with his DAO shotgun. And almost as quick as we secure 3 positions, we can quickly lose 3 positions too. But look at this. This is one of the great things about being able to spawn on position Bravo when they don't quite have it secured, is being able to spawn right behind the team, basically spawn right up their ass, which just, it's unfortunate sometimes. That's frustrating too with respawns, but that's one thing you gotta watch on position Bravo, is that little alleyway back there, because people, if you don't have that position, they will be spawning back there. I'll show you the last clip of them in the game is basically me spawning back there, knowing the teams will be coming, deploying the bipod and wiping them out. But again, here, look how quick they're taking position Charlie again, and here we are on A. It's just like, just amazing how quick that team moves. Yeah, that's what's critical, and that's why this is such a good map too. Being able to quickly flank the team, get another position, keep it going. It's really difficult to spawn camp a team and control the spawns. But that's it, guys. That's winding down now. I hope that kind of showed you what it's like to play competitively again. This is a good match. It was fun nonetheless. But this is what that team does. I mean, M320s are what wins it in competitive matches. Here's what I was talking about, where spawn a B, I knew they'd be coming. Put the bipod out. It was just able just to hold them down. This is where there's not much you can do unless you got an M320 in a situation like that. That was a fun match nonetheless. Good score for me, again, 64-29. I thought I played good as a team player. Just, again, vehicles, I wasn't able to take out the LAV no matter how many times I tried with C4. Really hard to do nowadays. I think, again, our huge failure in the team was a lack of diversity in our classes. The lack of recon classes. I never saw any motion detectors out. And again, I think the most critical thing, again, was lack of squad flak with this team's ability to run explosives against us. Gotta have that ability, because that squad flak allows you to survive one direct claymore hit with a little bit of life, and I believe it allows you to survive most of the time an M320 hit. But thanks for watching, guys. Hope that kind of gave you some insight about what advanced tactics are and competitive gamers do. And like the video, subscribe, it helped you out. My next video is probably going to be an TFSvsRoH review now, because I've been playing with that gun, and it is just as good as it used to be, and a lot better. So stay tuned for that. Thanks for watching.